Well, hello there, scrappy friends. Suzanne here in the studio today with a fun haul video and an introduction to my next series here on my channel, Suzanne Stamps and Scraps. So I am just back from the Creating Keepsakes Convention, which was held on April 21st and 22nd in St. Louis. Technically, it's in Collinsville, Illinois, just across the river in the St. Louis metro area. I went with my sister and my sister-in-law. I've been going to these for about 10 years now. I remember how I ended up at the first one was that I had actually won it from in a giveaway on the Scrapbook Update blog. I don't know if any of you remember that blog. Nancy Nally used to run that. I think she's now morphed into her own blog. That's not quite the same thing. Anyway, that's how I ended up at my first Creating Keepsakes, and I've tried to go every year since. When you get there, you get this handy cloth bag as well as your show program. Now, and I have to admit that in years past, there would have also been some goodies in here, but goodies were a little short to be found, freebies this year. So I guess we're not quite past the pandemic effects. But Queen & Company picked up the slack a little bit. They gave us this nice zipper bag that you're seeing here if you were lucky enough to get into the Thursday night workshop. That's always a lot of fun. If you haven't been to the convention before, definitely start with the Thursday night workshop if you can fit that into your schedule. There are 5 or 6 different vendors who all have quick projects. It's a lot of fun. And then you also get to do some early bird shopping. And you know me, I'm all about the shopping. But first, let me show you, we've gotten some various freebies. So these are things that I got for free. I didn't necessarily spend money on them. Well, I didn't spend money on them. They threw in on Thursday night this Tombow Mono Air Touch adhesive. Always nice to have some adhesive. I won a door prize from Creek Bank Creations. This little Boo to You Trick Not Treats cute stamp. One of the vendors there, the premier vendors, also threw in some 3D foam pennants. I hadn't seen these yet from 3L Scrapbook Adhesives. I love 3L Scrapbook Adhesive products. I use a lot of their foam stuff, so I'm excited to use this new thing. Also, quick quotes. This was one of the classes I took was a quick quotes class, so they give you a coupon and you can pick from about, I don't know, 10 or so different vellum quotes. You can pick one from their booth when you go visit their booth. So that was fun. Mine's called Gathering My Family. When you fill out your evaluation form, that's on the back of your convention booklet, you get a prize for turning that in. And this one is from Want to Scrap. It's called Nesta Bling. And I believe this nested bling shape coordinates with the Spellbinders die. I'll have to see if I have this exact die. That would be really fun. I should go ahead and get those used up right away then so I don't forget that I have them. And then I also had a Be Creative class about markers, and they gave us this little Nouveau Stone Drops. Isn't that the cutest little sample bottle you ever saw? So there was that, and then free sticker from the Faith and Art bookstore, which had a booth, which was mostly Bible journaling stuff. So there are my freebies. Let me set those aside and talk about what I bought. Okay, one of my favorite vendors is Echo Park. And of course, Echo Park also includes Cartabella. And they have lots of specials where, for example, on collection packs, if you buy, I believe they were $8 each, but if you buy 4, then they're down to $7 each. And there might have been, if you buy 10, they might have been down to $6.50 or something. But my sister and I, we joined forces, and I'd only saw one of these that I wanted, and she found 3 that she liked. So here's mine. I picked up Flora number 3 by Jen Ellison. It's a really pretty line. You can't go wrong with Cartabel florals, can you? So, so pretty. So that was kind of the first thing I picked up. Then I also, they had 6x6 pads, I believe, were $3 each. This one is Farmhouse Summer. And they had Brad packs that I believe were also $3 each. So since I was able to get the paper pack and the Brad pack, I picked that up. So that was another good deal. I also, their pocket page pockets are only $3 per packet. And these, my Echo Park ones, I generally use We Are Memory Keepers or Close to My Heart page protectors. But these I'm actually using in my die cut book. So you'll see that a little later in my stash, grow, flow, and stow video, the various ways I store things. So I picked up a couple more of those to be able to use for that purpose. I was so glad to see Echo Park. I'm sure they were wildly successful. They had stopped coming during the pandemic years, so they were really welcomed back big time this year, and they were very generous on their prices. Of course, when I think of Echo Park, I often think of Photoplay as well. Photoplay had a similar deal. I don't remember how much. I think they were probably $6 or $7 for a collection kit also. And then they also had a lot of the cardstock ephemera there. So I was able to find, my sister and I again went in to get the four for a better price deal, and I got Thankful by Michelle Coleman, which is as you can see is a fall paper line. And Photoplay doesn't put the years on it, so I don't know how long ago this might have been, but it feels fairly recent to me. And then also the Beach Vibes one. This one looks like a lot of fun too. I just really like the sandy colors in this. So this was really pretty. And it's got that sort of muted look that is so popular right now. And again, I don't know what year this was introduced. The other thing that Photoplay does that I love a lot is they bring big old milk cartons full of individual pieces of paper. And if you buy, starting at buying 15 sheets of paper, it's 50 cents a sheet. And then after, I think, $10 worth of paper, maybe it goes down to, or maybe even less than that, then it goes down to 35 cents a sheet. So for about $13, I think is what I spent. Let me show you what I did here. And really, I was looking at the back sides of these as much as anything because I was trying to bolster some of my color paper. I don't have much color paper because I've gone to collections, but some of these good background papers. So I'll just go through these because I mean, is there anything more fun than just flipping through paper? So I really enjoy that. Super cute. This is fun with the little kitty faces on it, called Whiskers, but a very usable B-side. This is a summer paper, prism effect. And on the other side of that, I just couldn't help this lilac print. I just thought was beautiful. And that's from Belle Fleur. I actually have this line, but I did not think I had this paper, so I grabbed 2 of those. And generally I was grabbing 2 of everything. This is Thankful. So just a couple of extra sheets. I really like all of these words. It's got a nice background to it. Here's a couple of pieces of Vintage Girl. And this is a line I knew I had, so I only got 1 of each. I like that Photoplay is doing these quad prints, the tiny prints in the 6x6 size, but it's on a 12x12 piece of paper. Those are very fun. Here's Summer Bucket List, and I knew I had some of that in my stash. There's a yellow that really caught my eye. Celebrate. This is from the Confetti line. It's the 3x3 cards. And I love this cute typewriter print on the back. Soiree. make a wish, happy birthday. You could just cut a lot of those strips out and make really cute cards. Here's some Tula and Norbert's Excellent Adventure. Those are quads. Looks like I just got one of those. Here's some Boys Rule. And here it was really the star paper I wanted. Some more Excellent Adventure quad paper. Party Boy. This is always a good background kind of paper to use for birthday cards, and I need to make some birthday cards. I'm very low on stock. Here's the pretty Get Cozy from Photo Play winter line. And it was this music paper that caught my eye. There's another Photo Play summer line that's got the kites on it. It's called Soar. It's really hard to see the name of the line. About a Little Boy. Love that plaid. I love this maple leaf, the O Canada line. My husband does trips to Canada for fishing, so that will come in handy. Here's some Fern and Willard. I have this paper line. I love this dark blue. And then a couple of pieces of I Love Gymnastics. These are the only, actually were one-sided papers, which was kind of interesting. That could be fairly old, I guess. And some more quad paper from Excellent Adventure. These may be the doubles of some, yeah, I thought I would have gotten 2 of the star paper. And then here's some Wee One sort of girl baby paper. That's very fun. So that's what I got from Photo Play. Paper and then a couple of those ephemera packs. What's next? Well, I mentioned the Faith and Art bookstore, and they do a lot of Bibling study things. So what I got from them is they had quite a bit of this Seeds of Faith paper. So I got a couple of sheets of this. It's really pretty. I believe this is printed by Bella Boulevard. I love this. That one is just the borders. This one was just this. Now, I might not have bought these if they didn't actually already have the sticker sheets for them. But they did in this for this line. So I got that. And then I also got another line, and it was called Christmas with the Christ capitalized. And they had the 6x8 sticker, not sticker book, paper pad. Because they didn't have as much paper of this left when I got there. So I got this 6x8 pad. And then I thought this heart paper was adorable. As is this one that has the little manger scenes that can be cut out on that wood grain. That's just a pretty piece of paper by itself. This Hearts of Flutter was actually from the Loved line, but I thought it went real well with these other papers. And then, of course, I was lucky enough that they had the Illustrated Faith Christmas sticker sheet. So that was great to get that. What's next? Oh, wait, there were 2 6x6 pads. These kind of got shoved to the side. I'm sorry. These are both by Cartabella. They were in the Echo Park booth. They are both by Stephen Duncan, Craft and Create, and Let's Celebrate. Let me try a quick flip through of these. If I get that to work. Very fun patterns. Love the colors. And then Let's Celebrate. So I have a birthday line. Oh, gotta love the balloons. Okay, moving on. Okay, let's get to some of the miscellaneous shopping. The thing about the convention is that you've got at least 2 full days of being able to visit the vendor floor if you're there for the weekend. And then we also, like I said, got a sneak peek of some things on Thursday night. So let me explain how other than where I was getting collections, what else I picked up, sort of the odds and ends that came home with me. Well, my first stop the first day was at Eyelet Outlet. And I was being really good because I stuck to something that was actually on my sheet of 4 things I was looking for. And here they are. I needed black and white enamel dots. And of course, Eyelet Outlet had the best price of anybody as far as number of enamel dots per package, 60 count, and the price. So I stopped and I got those right away. And then I went ahead and got a few impulse buy washi tape rolls because you know me, I love washi. So let me give you a quick look at these. This one's a pretty purplish kind of floral. Here we have hearts, overlapping hearts in sort of that same color scheme. And then that kind of transition to this one. And these are sort of more organic looking flowers. And then I went back to getting just some plain pretty pink flowers. These will go nicely with that Cartabella paper collection I showed you. So that was kind of how I started out. As far as what I was being influenced by the classes, we had a really good class with Spectrum Noir. It was put on by Be Creative, and we had, it was an introduction to the various kinds of Spectrum Noir markers. And there were, I don't know, 7 or 8, maybe even 10 in our class kit. But then she demoed a bunch of others, and I really was kind of sold on getting some of the Ultra Smooth Premium White cardstock for using the alcohol markers. And then you can always use an extra blender marker. So I picked up one of those. And then she had demoed this great set. And these are outline markers, and they're dazzling bright colors. And the way these work is they leave it with a magic outline effect. It's a silver marker, but then as you draw with it, as you can see here, the silver stays on your as you write with it, but then all of the edges, the color goes straight to the edges and provides an outline. Here you can see it in neon pink. The other colors are amethyst purple, citrus green, sunny yellow maybe, or zesty yellow, azure blue, and cool graphite. So I'm looking forward to working with that and see how those work. Pretty silver. Speaking of silver, I was looking, this is another thing that was on my list. I needed some embellishments for the Jen Hatfield Flower Child paper line. I picked up some paper at a discount a few weeks ago and I didn't have any embellishments. So I thought this was really cool and it had silver accents. So maybe I can use those markers with this line and really do some cool pages. So that was another individual purchase. I had a quick quotes class and they introduced their new colors. It's called the Candy Collection. I really like these powder puff markers for if you're going to edge pieces when you're scrapbooking. The chalk ink just leaves a softer finish. And so it's more forgiving than if you're just using regular ink to edge something. And you can edge directly with the ink pad instead of having to use a dauber or a blending brush. So I thought I would pick up their newest set of colors and play with those. In one of the booths, they had some of the new Totally Tiffany products, and the Faline and Chastity bags were on my mental list, although I never remembered to add them to my actual shopping list. And they sold out both of those the first day. They had sold out, but luckily on Saturday, I just happened to go back by their booth and looked, and they had restocked these. And the gals were, one of the gals who remembered me coming said she didn't know what all they were going to be restocking as they were, selling out at the booth. So she was glad that I had gotten back around and found those because I was looking for those. These are for storing. I'm going to use them for storing 6x6 paper pads that I've started to use, so I can kind of keep my partials all together. Okay, that's the kind of thing we can talk about in the upcoming Stash, Grow, Flow, and Stow series. What else? I also went back by Photo Play and found this Christmas Cheer little 6x6 pad. Isn't this fun? It's sort of got the farmhouse vibe but not exactly farmhousey either. I just thought it was a cool color combo. So I got that. I also swung back by the Echo Park because they're a favorite. I actually have all of my collections in an Excel spreadsheet for all my paper sizes, so I can pull up my phone and look. I knew I had scenic route paper, but I can look on my spreadsheet and I can find out that I do not have the scenic route stamps. I have paper, or I have a collection pack. I might have chipboard or separate card set, or who knows what else. It's all denoted on my spreadsheet. So that's really a smart way to help me shop smarter, because I can't possibly remember everything I have. The same with the Cartabella Welcome Winter. I knew I had paper and the sheets and the sticker sheet, not the whole collection kit, and I did not have any embellishments, so I picked up both of these. I think these were like $3 each at the Echo Park booth. Good prices on this. And then, of course, I also picked up a couple of the Echo Park enamel dots. And these I just picked purely on color. I knew I didn't have either of these collections, but I really liked the color, the rainbow colors. So just filling in my stash a little bit. What else? Okay, here I have an embossing folder. And I only picked up this because it has what they call, this is the Moroccan pattern. And I was going to be buying a punch that did 2 punches. That worked as a set that actually did this same kind of pattern. And I think that'll be a real fun card pattern to work with. So I was kind of glad that I found the embossing folder. Caught my eye. And then this cute little Park Lane. Isn't this a cute little flower? Seed pods, I don't know what you'd call that. Picked that up for hardly anything. Here's Creek Bank Collections, Hills and Grass. So that'll come in handy for both card making or scrapbooking. And then at the end of the day on Saturday, I picked up this Elentina cutting dies, and these are grape cluster and some grape leaves. We like to visit wine country, so that's something I know I will use right away. So at the end of the day, as I started to say on Saturday, I was down to just 2 single-dollar bills and change in my purse as far as my little budget of scrapbook supplies. So I went back to Eyelet Outlet and I found these pretty pastel dots. So there was the first of my $2. And then another booth had just these little baskets of washi tape that were $1 a roll, and you can't really find it for $1 a roll anymore. Even I think Eyelet Outlet's washi is $1.99 maybe now. So, and this is just a pretty pink with a white flower on it. So there, I had spent every last dollar I had put in my purse for the convention. So that was fun. Then I knew I was done shopping, huh? Okay, that's all I have for today. I'm sorry this ran quite a bit longer than I thought it would, but you know, I get excited when I'm talking about supplies. So I thank you for your time and attention. I hope you will get back here in the coming weeks for my Stash, Grow, Flow, and Stow series, where we'll talk about supplies, because we like to talk about supplies, don't we? All right, bye for a bit.